the next 2 weeks are crucial.
I have to say, I heard you saying that, because we sometimes laugh here on Newstalk Breakfast, how often we're told that the next 2 weeks is crucial. I had to say, you were in my ears when I was listening to Taoiseach Micheál Martin yesterday say exactly that. It's going to take the next 2 weeks or the next 10 days until we actually have evidence about Omicron and what it's going to mean. And we're hearing that repeatedly. And I find it very strange, Shane. I do find it very strange, because Omicron has been here since the start of December, if not earlier. That's when we started looking for it, and that's when we started finding it. It has been the dominant strain since about the second or third week in December. So we've had weeks of Omicron now, and we know this. We know that Delta is still dominating our ICUs, that the increase in cases in our hospitals, which are probably all Omicron, have not translated to an increase in ICU. ICU is stable and indeed continues to be dominated by Delta. So we know already that Omicron is mild and it is not resulting in an ICU surge. We know this, yet we're being told we need another 2 weeks and another 2 weeks and another 2 weeks. And to be perfectly honest, what it smacks of to me is that they just want to get us to the 30th of January, because they set that in stone when they gave the new set of restrictions there coming up to Christmas, and that we all have to go along. And there's just this kind of narrative, well, do we need more restrictions? Why aren't we asking at some point, do we need less restrictions? Because it seems to me we have this evidence, and the next 2 weeks is just going to give us more of the same evidence, which is that we are seeing a stable ICU dominated by Delta. No Omicron worth a damn in there, despite the fact that it is the prevailing strain here. Omicron is mild. We have this evidence. Why are we being told we won't have it for 2 weeks?
Okay, but are you arguing for less restrictions before the end of January at this stage? Is that not a little premature at this point?
You tell me why you think it might be a little bit premature, because we have had the same number in ICU more or less since the start of December.
Yeah. I don't disagree with anything you said, but I wouldn't mind seeing another week or two before we can say that absolutely, definitely, that there's not going to be an increase in ICU. And look, the reality is, Ciara, and you're absolutely right what you say about Omicron. It does seem like in the vast majority of cases, it is very mild. The symptoms are very mild. But
thankfully, and we're all delighted about that.
But absolutely. But we are looking probably at 30,000 cases a day at the moment. I'm not sure it would be the smartest thing at the moment to reduce restrictions. I actually think the government are kind of playing right at the moment in saying we don't need more restrictions. We're going to open up the schools, but let's just see how things go over the next week or two before making any decisions. Like, we're not seeing, for example, as of yet, decision being made to ban people from football matches and so on. So, like,
it would be madness to see that decision, Shane. Look,
that's what's happening in the
interest
UK,
of me
for
being
example.
Consistent. Since October 2020, I have been saying that cases are a poor metric, and I continue to say that. And even if we do see 30,000 cases,
I agree.
if we don't see ICU budge, then that is not relevant.
Yeah, but I suppose my point is, let's just see how it plays out in ICU. From the massive surge in cases has been relatively recent, and let's just see how that plays out before making any decisions on removing restrictions.